Welcome back to Baseline Breakdown. Today is June 1st, first day of June. My name's Adriel Garcia. This is my co-host.
What's up, everybody? It's Dej, and welcome back to another episode. First month of June, Flight is probably already celebrating right now.
It's
I,
June!
I wonder what he is doing. He tweeted out saying,
He tweeted,
he
it's just
tweeted,
it's. That's
it's,
it.
it's, yep.
He
When did
was
that
getting
start? Like 5 years ago?
2020, bro. That was 2020. That was during COVID.
Just
During
wait till
COVID.
June. Just wait till
Yeah.
June.
Shout
Oh
out,
my God.
shout out June flight, man. But it is the first day of June. It also means that 2 days ago, the San Antonio Spurs eliminated the Oklahoma City Thunder from the NBA playoffs. We're officially at the NBA Finals. Hey, guess who predicted Spurs in seven? Both of these guys right here. Both
Hell
of these.
yeah.
This guy right
Hell
here to my
yeah.
left, we both predicted that, man. We were both on the Spurs in seven train, and now I don't know how confident we were both in it, but it happened. So we can both
Yeah,
say we
and
were.
thankfully nobody got the score right for the game.
Yeah,
And
nobody did
and,
get the
and
score
we
right.
had to buy a fucking jersey.
There
So
were there ended up being like 30 submissions that were valid. There were dude
but
after
there's
the
people that was commenting after. I'm like, dog, how did you get this wrong after the game?
there was one guy that commented the wrong score. I was like, bro, what are you doing? How did you comment after and you still got it wrong? There was a couple people that were commenting after, and like I purposefully didn't heart messages that weren't
Yeah, because we said
before
all
tip off.
submissions before tip off. So
Also mentioned before tip off. There was a couple people that were close. I was actually pretty close myself. I said 108, 101, and it
113.
ended up being 111
Oh,
to 103. So it was like pretty close. Like I was literally like 3 points off of the Spurs and 2 points off of the Thunder. So I wasn't too far off. But
all
it
right.
was regardless a super fun game seven. We were it was a whole event. We wanted to make that whole jersey giving away event and just still just game sevens are always fun and
We might do another one.
oh definitely that if this
Maybe if there's like a fucking another game seven or just a
and
closeout game in general, we might do it.
honestly, yeah, closeout game for this finals, man. Might have to do a little something. We'll get to that when we get closer to the
Yeah.
Spurs Knicks. I don't know. We'll see if this once the Spurs sweep the Knicks. So I don't know. No, I'm joking. We'll talk more about that later. We will be giving our predictions about Spurs and Knicks later in this podcast, but we are just going to break down Game 7 just a little bit real quick because it was a very fun one. It started off kind of how Dejan expected. If you
I,
watched the last episode, Dejan literally was breaking down. He said the Spurs have started out hot and then they start to cool down a little bit and let
Multiple
OKC.
times in the series, in the first quarter, they start off hot. The Thunder will call early timeout, and then out of nowhere, they just forget how to play basketball, and they
Yep.
let the Thunder get back in the game. I'm not gonna lie, I was like almost shitting my pants watching this game. So I'm like, dog.
You texted me when Lou Dort hit that three to give them the lead. You literally texted me game over because that kind of what it felt. It's kind of what it felt like.
At that point I thought, okay, like of course this would be the start of like a just a dominant rest of the game for the Thunder, just a Lou Dort three.
Oh
Thankfully the
yeah, Lou
Spurs,
Dort 3-pointer for the lead was literally like, oh my god. And then you
because
texted me
he
game
bricked
over.
the fuck out of the other one beforehand,
It
so he
was
made that
pretty.
one. So I'm like, yeah, there we go.
Yes, it was then second half it was all Spurs. Spurs started came out gun blazing in the third quarter. They did control again at the end of the second half. The first half they controlled it
Hmm.
only by a couple points, and you thought okay this might be a little close game, and it was. But the Spurs held the lead. It was close sometimes, but really throughout the entire game, about 6 to 8 point game most of the time. Never
Hmm.
really like closer than that throughout like
I
the
think
third
the
fourth
most the
quarter.
Thunder led in the game was like 4 points,
Yeah, it was
maybe four
never too
six
much.
points, but like it
Yeah.
wasn't like anything crazy. But there was multiple times where they had like a 3 point lead, but then there's other De'Aaron Fox or like Champagne responded back, tie the game up. So
When De'Aaron Fox hit that first three, I was like, "Oh yeah, we're
that
good.
was a
We're
good
good.
sign because again
We're
he's
good."
been shooting the ball really bad this series,
Mm-hmm.
and the last episode I said that they're gonna need him to step up a little bit more
Yep.
offensively, and he did.
It's good.
I don't know what his stats were, but just like off the eye test when I was watching the game, he was definitely more effective than
One
other games
thousand percent.
in that
And
series.
one thing you can always say about De'Aaron Fox, he limits the turnovers for the other guards. So
Yes.
you really can't put that on the paper, even if his stat line doesn't show up on. You can account for the fact that Stephon Castle doesn't have 10 turnovers in a game, stuff like that. So De'Aaron Fox really impressive. Obviously Wemby, he was just super aggressive, and his stat line didn't show anything crazy. I think it was like 22, 7, like
Hmm.
3 blocks, something like that. But he, like, eye test watching the game, he was aggressive. He wanted to win this game. He was putting everything he could on the line, and he was kind of bodying Chet a lot of the time. Everybody was bodying Chet. We'll probably let's just dig into Chet now. Oh my God. I think everybody's done it enough already because like Twitter is on him. Everybody's dropping think pieces and YouTube videos about him. But oh my gosh, Chet, that was one of the most embarrassing game sevens from like an All NBA player ever. That's what Kenny
And
said on his
and just
podcast.
like
I agree with that.
not only was it embarrassing, but like how are you just gonna let your teammate have to do all the work like that, man? You're seeing
Hmm.
this man be gassed on the court. doing everything he can to will you guys back in this game, and you're just doing nothing. Like I would have much rather preferred if he shot 4 for 15, because
Yeah.
he at least
Yep.
took 15 shots.
Yep.
They just didn't go in. You took, what was it, 4 shots, four
It
shot
was,
attempts?
it was something, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and
two.
then like 2 shot attempts,
Two shot attempts. Yeah, he had
four
two
points,
shot
four
attempts. Yeah,
points,
four
two
points,
shot
two
attempts.
shot
Yes,
attempts. Yeah.
just unbelievable. And there were so many moments in this game, like the one where he was wide open on the left wing. He passed it up, and it resulted in like him passing the ball. And they whoever he passed it to made the three. But it's just like, dog, you can't be scared to shoot to
Do you know
score the ball.
you
You're
know what's
not.
crazy too? I remember that first field goal was in like the first like 5 minutes, right? It
Yes.
was a
So he
jumper on like
came out, created off the dribble. Got
and,
himself going early, like
and
that first shot. I'm like, okay, like
I genuinely was like, okay, if Chet gets you 15, 20, this could be a good game. Didn't score another bucket. He literally didn't score another bucket. That's insane.
and
He
it's
had free
just.
throws, but it's
And
insane.
it's just it just seemed like he was just so comfortable just being like in a more catch and shoot role, which is like, come on, man. Like
Which
it was
is
very, very disappointing, very frustrating to watch.
crazy too, because even then he wasn't even shooting threes when they were open, and
He
he can
wasn't shooting
shoot
threes. He was
threes.
passing the ball up so many
He's
times. Anytime Wemby was on him, he didn't even like look to attack. There was one moment where he did, and the one that pissed me off the most was when they had brought Wemby back into the game. He had 5 fouls. There was 2 times that Chet had Wemby in front of him, and the first time he got the ball, he was like, "Fuck that!" Passed the ball right back, got the ball back again, and then tried to do a dribble move, and then just turned the ball over, and just didn't capitalize off it. I'm just like, dog. So he clearly is. I don't know if we're gonna say afraid of Wemby, but he just doesn't have that confidence when Wemby is in front of him.
there's obviously that mental barrier with him and Wembanyama, and
Fuck that, man!
so
It's the finals. Like, come on,
oh,
dog.
obviously, one thousand
Not
percent.
finals.
We
It's the playoffs. It's game
Western Conference
7
Finals, yeah. Obviously, we say that, but it's hard to tell another person to do something with their mental.
for sure, for sure. But
He
again, man,
something
just
something that Kenny brought up, and he was just like, because I was listening to his podcast. He dropped this like 2 hours ago too, so I was listening to it at the gym. Um,
game big. There you go.
they even if Chet comes out next season, offensive juggernaut, 23 points a game, he's looking crazy. No one is gonna care until he does it against Wemby. Like no one.
100%.
Like J-
The narrative's gonna be like okay,
like oh the Spurs.
let's see how that
It's
happens in a series against the Spurs again.
like they could win 70 games next season, and everyone would be like, okay, just bring the Spurs against them in a 7 game series. Like they got them. Like the Spurs just
Hmm.
had another. I assume we all assume Wemby's gonna get better. Dylan Harper's 20 fucking years old. He's gonna get better. Stephon
Dude, that
Castle's
shot he hit in
21.
the fourth quarter,
Oh my
that
God.
was
Dude, the
that
Devin
was
Vassell dunk got me hyped too. I love that. The pure hatred on it. Oh yeah,
loved it,
you
loved
were
it,
texting me about that. Yeah, I loved it.
love it.
It was overall a fun game as an
A
NBA
really
fan.
good game 7, and then
Yes.
that was one thing that we were talking about. Like I hope, like we haven't really got a good game 7 in a
Mm-mm.
long time. Like, I mean, we did have someone like in this playoff run, but like for like two
Like a
teams that we've really
yeah, a good like
like two
matchup, a good
yeah,
game
like two
actually.
teams that like we were anticipating like for the whole season to meet up in the playoffs, and then they had a game 7. So yeah, really good game. But yeah, shout out to the Spurs for advancing. And now they got to go play the Knicks in the finals.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited for this
What
matchup, honestly.
what what are some things that you think the Thunder are going to do this offseason? Personally, I think Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe are out. They're definitely going to dump their contracts off and just try to shorten that payroll as much as you can.
Yeah, Lou
Um,
Dort.
they got some team options next season for Lou Dort. I think like Isaiah Hartenstein as well, and like
Do you
Case
think
and
they
Wallace is
pick up
like
Lou
due.
Dort's option to trade him, or do you think they just let him walk?
I does he have like does he have value to the point where like you be like you're like
See,
no
that's
we
the thing
need
is,
to tr
I don't know if he does have value.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you want to pick it up because like you're sure that you can get something in return from him, or are you just like we'll just let him walk?
Yeah, because I think you might just let him walk. Because I don't know how if you even if you just trade him, what are you gonna get from him?
I don't think some
A
team is
sec
giving up draft capital
a
for
second
Lou
round pick
Dort
at
or
max.
anybody that's like you're not like you're trading an all defensive player. I don't think you're gonna get someone that same return back. Like I don't think a team is gonna be
I
willing to do that even exchange.
yeah, it's definitely yeah, he's definitely probably just gonna be letting go. Honestly, I think that'd probably be the right
It
move.
makes sense because I mean, because again, you got like I said, you got Case and Wallace who's due for an extension next season. I don't want to see Lou Dort starting over Case and Wallace next year. I think Case and Wallace has definitely earned to be a starter for this team. Um, Did you see his comments at like the end of the season?
Yeah, that he's gonna
He's
he
like,
doesn't.
love the Thunder and all, but like I'm trying to.
I'm gonna play
But
where I want to get better. I'm focusing on getting better.
but then he also came out and said that he like during the season he liked it when he was like kind of like a more lead ball handler type of guy.
I think that
So
probably just means he. That's probably just him and his
wants the
agent
ball
have
more in his
talked it
hands.
over, and him and his agent have probably talked it over. Have been like, yeah, like I think you control the narrative of like your contract and you're playing. Like it's
Hmm.
true. So and, like the answers like that will get you more money and will
Yeah.
get you like pay more. I bet you if AJ Mitchell was saying more stuff like that, he'd probably command more money in the
Yeah.
next few years, which he
Have
easily
you
will.
seen the
But
rumors about them being interested in Evan Mobley?
who's? Oh yeah, I have seen that. Which is it wouldn't.
I'm be honest, if the move is to, because I didn't even bring this up, they should definitely entertain offers to move off of Chet Holmgren or maybe even J-Dub, like because like I don't know, you got to get Shea some different help, switch it up a little bit.
Mm.
But if the move is to trade Chet to get Evan Mobley, I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference for
It's
the team.
it's an
The
incredibly
defense is
lateral
still going
move.
to be great. You're not going to be hindered on that
It's the
part.
most lateral move ever because they're the
Exactly.
exact same offensive player.
They're both third options for their teams. But they have no dog in them. They're not aggressive on offense. Very limited off the dribble as well. Like very to little to no shot creation sometimes in games. Shy away from big moments. Like
And
I'm not seeing any like
Chet
progression on that
Holmgren's
end.
cheaper actually, $10 million cheaper
Yeah, Evan Mobley's
seasonally.
getting
So
50 mil. So
I don't know if that would be a smart trade. Which is I've seen a lot of people
especially because they're about to have the
dogging.
highest payroll in the fucking league.
I've seen a lot of people dogging on Chet Holmgren's contract. It's not that bad. It is really not that bad.
I'm not gonna be honest,
He's
40 mil a year for him is kind of crazy.
he's making 5 million, $2 million more than Jalen Green.
$2 million more. What do you mean?
Jalen Green makes 37 million annually.
Okay, wait, Angel, forget about the Suns, bro. Like it's in
Well,
the
I'm ta-
past.
Devin, it's not about the Suns. It's about the NBA player that Jalen Green is.
I know that's. I mean, I'm
And
not gonna sit here and defend
Alperen
Jalen Green's
Şengün is
contract.
making $38 million.
Yeah, I'm
Right?
not gonna defend their contract. Like
But
that's
what I'm
definitely a little
saying
bit
is all
overpaid.
these
But like,
players are like they're not even top. These are top like 50. Like
no,
everybody's making 50 million
100%.
now. Like
Yes.
it's not that bad of a con. Like that's what I'm saying. You guys are acting like he's making 10 million less a year than Evan Mobley, and you guys are acting like 40
Oh,
million's bad.
Evan. Yeah, I mean, both those contracts are still pretty bad. I mean, even Evan
40,
Mobley.
no,
I've come out publicly and said I do not like Evan
terrible.
Mobley's contract at all.
De'Aaron Fox is making $60 million a year, and you're gonna sit here and tell me about Chet
And Jimmy
Holmgren's
Butler's
fucking
also making
contract.
$60 million
Chet
a year.
Holmgren, Devin Booker will be making $70 million in a couple years, bro. And you're gonna sit here and tell me about 40 million
They gave
annually?
Fox 60. The Spurs gave Fox
You
60.
got the extension, yes, bro.
I know, but I didn't know it was 60 mil a year.
Yes,
Damn.
brother. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a bad contract, but it's not horrible. Like
No, yeah,
it's
it's not
chunky.
like it's
It's
not
just
like a
chunky.
top five worst contract in the league, but just
But
for the type of
I don't even think
production
it's
that you would
bad, honestly. I don't even think 40 million's bad for what he just did in that playoffs, but I think he can
I think the
contribute
40
more.
mil becomes bad if he doesn't progress his offensive
There
game
you
after
go.
this
There you go.
season.
There you go.
Like
Yes.
next year, if there's still little to no off the dribble creation, if there's still lots of hesitation and not looking to attack the rim or just be aggressive at all, then you can be like, this is a bad
I
contract.
get behind that. I get behind that statement.
Okay, I won't dog in him too much, even though he has
Because
horrendous game seven
because I
performance
will say this is he just won a ring last year. So yeah,
for
like
sure.
so it's not too much. You can dog on him, yes, because it was a horrible performance, but
Yes.
I think there's still
Next
value
year,
in
if
Chet
it's
and
the
his
same
contract.
thing, if it's the same, like no progression in his game whatsoever, then we can start looking at to be one of the worst contracts in the league.
Then yeah, I can get behind. Even at that point, I don't even know if it'd be one of the worst because 60 million for Jimmy Butler and De'Aaron Fox is just insane, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Hey,
60
dude,
mil
you got
for
to look at
both.
Wemby's, bro.
But like, I
Wemby.
guess the De'Aaron Fox is more justifiable than Jimmy Butler because Jimmy
Oh,
Butler's
okay, it's
third
justifiable, bro. Not even Wemby's gonna make 60 million in his next extension. You see, he's gonna get 2 years,
5 year 251, but it could reach up towards the 300 or something like
which
that.
is 60. So you're
Yeah,
telling me they're worth the same money?
I mean
Yeah,
they're both
exactly.
all stars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They're both all stars. It's so funny. Speaking of all stars, you think I've heard of I saw this on like Thunder Reddit and stuff like that. If they were to trade J-Dub for Cameron Boozer or like a top four pick, how would you feel about that? Because then one of these teams, they like, would
like
one of
any of the
these
teams within that top four.
would any of these teams within the top four take a J-Dub for a top four pick?
If you're the Utah Jazz, are you doing that? Because if you're the
Bring him with
Thunder,
his
getting Darren Peterson might not be a bad deal. But if you're the Jazz, do you
Honestly,
want that?
I feel like they'd take Boozer, bro. If they're getting rid of Dub,
Yeah.
I think they'd get Boozer. But I
So
don't know, honestly. We
they
don't.
probably would trade him to Memphis to get the third pick.
Well, I don't know. It'd probably just be whoever is
Oh,
there,
I see what
like
you mean.
whoever takes the trade. But Utah is interesting because of Jalen Williams and Cody Williams. You never know.
That is true.
You know,
Do you
maybe.
do you think like they're like truly invested in like Cameron Boozer? They just want a more rookie scale contract on their
Bro,
team
I
again,
think the
just to
rookie scale contract, and maybe you believe that he can be a contributor to a championship team, and like you can do a lot more if you trade for him, and like maybe bring in another star if you
hmm.
like. You don't have to bring in somebody crazy, but like another shot creator, someone else you can bring in. Just with I don't know exactly
Fair
what the
enough.
team building looks like, but I just seen a lot of people want to trade. Have talked about like how OKC has picks 12 and 17, so they use those and J Dub to get into
Yeah.
top four. It could be valuable. Still pretty valuable. If you're Utah
I
Jazz, still having
uh,
a lottery pick at 12 and then still having 17 and getting Jalen Williams, who is an All NBA player, maybe not as of recent, but like coming off injuries and stuff, give him some time to heal. You got a
that
team
defense still gonna be elite if you
that
have him on your
team
team.
built
So
around them too with Jaren Jackson, Lowry, Keontae, Jalen Williams. That might be kind of
Walker
nice, honestly.
Kessler, like
That might be a very very fun team to watch. Honestly, I would really really be intrigued on that team. So, I still think it's very weird how they have Jaren Jackson, Walker Kessler, and Lowry Markkinen. I don't. It,
yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not even in terms of just like defense, but like that's a pretty lengthy team, man. It's gonna be kind of hard to score in them sometimes with
yeah.
the size and the length that they have.
We got a fun next season, man. The Suns are gonna
We
fucking
do.
suck. That's all I know. That's all
Yeah.
I know, man.
I listen. I know you don't like him anymore, and like his name is like a slur to you at this point. Like anything involved around him is like you get annoyed. Any chance Giannis goes to the Thunder, bro? Any chance?
I could tell what you were about to say, bro.
Any chance? Listen, man. It's not out of the possibility. It's not out of the realm. I think realistically though, if it does happen, I'd trade J-Dub just so you can keep Chet next to Giannis and have that
Yeah.
stretch five next
I
to
would
him.
love that. I would love Chet and Giannis next
Yeah,
to each other, and that would be an instant like Chet, Jada, no, not Chet, Chet, Giannis, and Shea. That'd be
Shay,
like a crazy freaking big three. Obviously, Chet wasn't insane, but like Giannis would help so much with what Chet was dealing with. And I'm not saying Giannis is the Wemby stopper, but he definitely help a lot with the help defense.
100%.
So much of a different outcome. So it'd be interesting. It'd be intriguing,
Be
honestly.
interesting.
But yeah,
The
that's
Thunder,
all.
like I said, the Thunder got some moves to do this offseason. Um, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of rumors and lots of stuff.
That's all I'm giving you about Giannis talk for the next fucking 3 months. I'm not bringing Giannis's name up until we get to the fucking until we get to training camp. All right.
Okay,
Let's
fair
get into
enough.
this Knicks Spurs like prediction here, man. Are you ready? This is gonna be a fun playoff series. I was watching some matchups between them. I was just locked in. I
I
was
was watching some clips too. Yeah.
Yes, I was locked in looking at some stat lines between them and just kind of trying to get a breakdown of what we're doing here. But they didn't have a lot of matchups. Obviously, they did have their NBA Cup matchup, which was pretty fun. I
hmm
know Adam Silver was licking his lips that the NBA Cup they ended up in the freaking NBA championship. That was just so perfect for them. He's like, oh,
Fire.
NBA Cup actually matters. But how are you feeling about this series, man? Give me your thoughts. Don't give me your prediction yet, but give me some thoughts and ideas of what you're looking at before this series starts off.
I think we're, in tune for a really good series, man. There's gonna be lots of physicality. I mean, both these teams are very physical. Um, I think they match up pretty well, which both teams have like on-ball creation and like more shot creators, which in a way could be, you know, like could be a struggle for the Spurs because like they just faced a team where like there was little to no shot creation on the court sometimes. So now you're gonna go out against a team that does have shot creation. So now your defensive schemes has to change up a little bit, maybe how you guard Jalen Brunson. But overall, man, I think we're in tune for a really good series. What about you? Like, how do you feel?
I'm super locked in on it. Honestly, I think I love that Mitchell Robinson's playing through the injury. I think
Yeah,
Pinky, he's like perfectly fine to play through that. He's a country boy, so he loves it. He's a country. He loves country.
I do. I have a theory of how he broke it, but I'm not gonna, I don't want to get too like, No, no, it's not what you're thinking.
He
Well,
was
actually, it
probably
could be on that.
he was probably farming, bro. He was probably farming, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
We'll
like
go with that.
he has a country vibe,
I'll
bro.
I'll, I'll tell you after. But yeah,
He always I always think it's funny. Just when he posted that one clip of not Dyson Daniels, but like the little hamster singing that song. Have you
Oh
seen it?
yes, yes,
I
yes, yes.
love that clip. It always every time I see Mitchell Robinson, it's all I think of, bro. I was like, yeah, I forget you just love country, man. Jimmy Butler also loved country music, but
Yes.
yeah, I think yeah. So Mitchell Robinson's a tough guy. He's gonna play through it. He's obviously like a warrior. Playing through a broken finger is not like the defense. You're gonna have to play a broken pinky. You're gonna feel it for a
And for the
couple blocks.
Spurs, maybe he might not be as effective on the offensive glass as much.
Yeah, there you go. Nah, Mitch Robinson's gonna be fine, bro. He's gonna play through the
No,
pain,
that
bro.
ball's gonna hit his fucking pink. He's gonna be like, ow, sub, sub.
Okay, okay, bro.
I
You
don't
know
know,
who
man.
Mitch Robinson is, bro. He put on weight just so he could guard centers, bro. He
That is
put on
true, bro.
weight
I
just
was
so he
watching
could
his
guard
summer league
centers.
highlights. I'm like, dog, this motherfucker used to be
He used to
skinny.
be skinny, fast. Now he's like a premier big man defender. Hey, that's how you win a championship. So,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, I'm glad that he's playing through it. Wemby's gonna have a not tough matchup, but a fun matchup with him. I think it's gonna be more of a kind of a chess matchup than Chet was because I think Chet was a lot more team defense, while Mitchell Robinson can play a lot more one-on-one and help. I think Mitchell Robinson might be a better defender than Chet. At least his playoff run, it looks like. At least against Wemby, I would say. Against
Yeah.
Wemby, I would say Mitchell Robinson matches up really well. But I'm excited to watch just that matchup. Super fun. The two wings of OG and Mikal. I think those two are going to also get a lot of minutes on Wemby. I don't know who, but I think OG the most probably.
I think OG's gonna get the start on Wemby, but I don't. But like, do you think Mikel is gonna
I
guard him in
think I
spurts?
I think there's going to have to be times where they put Mikal on him for sure. Just
Okay.
just because of lineups they run. But
Yeah.
I think it's just because of that's their best defenders, their hands, stuff like that. But they're obviously going to change stuff up as times go. One
hmm
thing I wanted to we didn't bring up about Game 7. Why did Lou Dort start?
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my God,
Like,
because like
like
he got took out the game so fast for Alex Caruso because he had like two bad shots. So I'm just like, I don't know, man. Maybe it was just I don't know. Like maybe it's like it's a
like
familiarity thing. Like he's been a starter for a while.
the
You don't want to change that up too much, but it's just like, hey man, game seven, everything's on the table, especially I had a feeling his minutes were going to get cut
Mhm.
short, but I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't start him, but they did
Yeah.
start him.
No,
I don't know.
I was kind of like under the impression like yeah, like every game, every series is like a chess match in a way.
Yeah.
So, but once by the time you get to game 7, you're kind of just you kind of don't figure the other team out, but you kind of know what
You
you
already
have
know
to do.
like
You
there's
know what
nothing
you
the
have
team
to.
is
You
gonna
know what your
do
team
that you
has to
haven't
do.
seen already.
Yeah, you know
Yes.
what your team has to do to compete. You don't know what exactly they're gonna do when they do it, but you know how they do their stuff. So,
Oh shit, football news for you in case you care. AJ Brown to the Patriots.
oh yeah, that trade's been
Uh,
leaked for like a couple
okay.
hours. Yeah, that was like that was pretty far. Miles
ESPN, you
Garrett.
late as fuck. Why am I getting this notification now, bro? What the
It,
fuck?
it was leaked. It was more just like people were like there was talks about it and everybody kind of knew it was confirmed, so stuff like that.
Okay.
But
What is
football is a
that
lot more.
what is
It's a
that
lot
in
more
NBA
common.
terms?
AJ Brown's a little bit more older, but he's still a good receiver. I would say if it was like Zach LaVine, but back when he was in the Bulls getting traded,
Oh, okay. Okay.
maybe something like that.
Okay.
But AJ Brown was more of a star though, so I think it's a little bit weird to say that. Maybe if Devin Booker was traded, something like that, but a little bit more washed Devin Booker. But
Fair enough. Okay.
I would say, regardless what I was trying to say there, I like it's a chess match, and by the time you get to game 7, you kind of know what lineups and what you got to do. So by the time we get to game 7, we're gonna see exactly what Knicks and Spurs, what the Knicks are running out there, who's guarding who exactly, because it's probably gonna change as this series goes, because
For
maybe there's a
sure.
chance OG doesn't play Wemby well with the certain things they're doing, and it could
hmm
change a lot differently. And OG was guarding him pretty well in the regular season. I'm pretty sure the Knicks swept them in the regular season. I don't think this first one a game. But they only
Yeah,
played
because
three
they played again in
matchups,
March, and I don't think the Spurs won that game either. Yeah.
and there was only three matchups. So,
Yeah.
I mean, don't want to read too much into it, but it could mean the Knicks are a better team. But
Yeah. Yeah. What,
Wemby was also on a minutes restriction a lot of the year, so even during the NBA Cup, so stuff like that.
I wanted to say, you think there's a chance Josh Hart's minutes could get cut in this series? Because what I was thinking about is like, I think realistically they're gonna put Wemby on Josh Hart so
Hmm.
that way he can still be able to roam around the paint and if
Yeah,
Josh Hart let Josh Hart shoot all day long. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So if that's the case, I wonder if his minutes might get cut so that
Hmm.
way could bring in like a
Miles
Landry Shamet
McBride.
or Deuce McBride because now you have to go close down these guys because you've seen that they've been hitting their threes in this postseason.
Hmm.
So think there's a chance that his minutes could
One
potentially
one
get
one
cut?
thousand percent, yeah. By game seven, I think Mike Brown's a super smart coach. I think 1000%. He'll make the call he needs to make. And if Landry
Yeah.
Shamet at one point needs to start, he's gonna put Landry Shamet in that starting lineup. Whatever he's got to
Hmm.
do to win a championship. Hopefully, I also think it's I feel like even though I think Wemby is the best player in this playoff series, I think he is better than Jalen Brunson. I do. I feel like Jalen Brunson as a playoff performer though is not far behind Wemby because
No, it's not. I mean, I
like as a
wouldn't.
player, I think like right now as good as he is, I think Jalen Brunson could still
You think
outplay him in
Jalen
this
Brunson had the
series.
better like postseason run so far than Wemby?
Dude, they haven't
Oh
lost it.
no, Wemby's had the better postseason run than Wemby. I was
No,
thinking opposite. I think Jalen
I
Brunson's
think Jalen Brunson's had the better postseason run. I would still say Wemby's a better player overall, but
okay.
that's why I would give Jalen Brunson the edge in this. I'm like that's why it's a little more interesting because that's why I think overall Wemby is more impactful and a better player than Jalen Brunson. But the way this playoffs has been moving, Jalen Brunson's on fire. He's been putting up 30 plus almost nightly,
Hmm.
kind of insane. So.
And he hasn't been too much of a cone on defense.
Definitely not. And for his size, like it's easy to be a cone. Like look at Trey Young
100%.
for multiple years. So it's interesting to look at this series and predict it. And I'm scared to give my prediction, but I do have one. I don't want to be that guy that doesn't have a prediction.
Yeah.
I do have a prediction for this series, but other things I want to bring up. What else was doing? I was doing more. Oh, Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox. I think Stephon Castle is going to play great defense on Jalen Brunson. The way he
Hmm.
was guarding Shea was disrupting him a lot more. Stephon Castle has
100%.
way more height on Jalen Brunson, so it's going to be really nice to see that.
He's gonna
Jalen
have to
Brunson,
be. He's gonna have to keep that discipline up though, because
yeah.
while Jalen Brunson he does seek for contact, just similar to like Shea, it's not as egregious as Shea, but Jalen Brunson is a very smart player and he will seek that contact and
Hmm.
will get you caught in foul trouble pretty early. So if you're
Definitely,
Stephon Castle and you are guarding him, you got to stay disciplined on that end and just not
definitely.
fall for any of his tricks that he's got to have.
I trust him. I trust. I think Shea is probably
I
like
think I think going to have to play from Shea to Jalen Brunson is like
is like
somewhat of a
it's very similar.
yeah, similar. So like you're like okay, like I'm not getting to anything new here, you know.
And then something I also want to bring. I think a massive X factor in this series is going to be Cat. If Cat can defensively play in spurts, not spurts, but like I don't need Cat to be this offensive monster. Obviously, Cat is gonna make his threes. I need probably at least 20 points a game. I don't need him to be a slouch. At least 20 points a game, something like that.
Yeah,
But defensively,
more than
Cat's
four, more than four. Yeah.
exactly. Defensively, Cat's defense is gonna be the X factor in this series and how he plays Wemby. If he can limit Wemby and kind of limit how many times they need to double him, you
Hmm.
know, I obviously Cat isn't gonna come and help because like we said, OG is going to be guarding him most of the series. Cat can't help every single play,
Hmm.
but if he's making the right decisions when it comes to help coming to help on Wemby versus going to help on the defender on the 3 point or the offensive player on the 3 point line,
Hmm.
if he's making the right decisions, it could be a massive difference in how Wemby operates. Because OG is going to hold his own against Wemby, but if
Yeah.
Cat plays that amazing help defense, it's going to be like a completely different ballpark. So
Yeah, I was thinking about that too because I think in this playoff run for the Knicks, Cat has done a pretty solid job as a defender and just as a rim
really good
protector. But
defender.
like, if you're the Spurs and you're coming from a series where you had to worry about Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein rim protection, having to come play against Cat, you feel a little more
A
relaxed
little
and
bit
like
more
a little
relaxed, yes.
breath of fresh air. So again, if you're Cat, you gotta do what you gotta do to just limit as many paint touches as you can. And like you brought up,
Yep.
just when you have to come double, just be effective with that as well.
Yeah, BFA. Yeah, I'm excited to watch his performance because I'm a big cat guy. I do
Yeah,
love the big purr. But I do think this
for
series is
sure.
gonna be a battle, and I saw someone say like, oh, this Christmas Day matchup later this year is gonna be good. I was like, oh yeah, it's already gonna be a Christmas Day matchup. That
It's
would be
already
good.
said and written, yeah.
I really didn't know what to predict. Like before, I was like, this is gonna be such a hard fought battle. Like I genuinely don't know who's gonna win. I have my prediction. Do you have yours?
Yeah, I did have my prediction, but I was like going in like it took me a while because I had two different reasons why like I wanted the Knicks and the Spurs. So I'm like for the Spurs, like I would like for them to win because it'd be like so cool to see Wemby win a chip in year
Hmm.
three.
Yes,
But
at
then for the
22.
Knicks, I would love them to win so that way Jalen Brunson could shit talk Becky Hammon and but even though he's gonna be a fucking professional and be like, oh, she said what she said. If I'm Jalen Brunson, I'm talking my shit. Like
You
if
are
I win a
so
chip,
fucking
I'm
funny,
talking my
bro.
I'm talking my shit after. And even with Draymond Green as well. Draymond Green's over here talking about like it's the fucking East. You're supposed to get out of the East. So like I'm talking my shit too. But I eventually came down to my answer. But go ahead. What's
No,
yours?
you give yours. You give yours first. I want to hear yours first and dissect it.
I got Spurs in six.
Oh, I was hoping you were gonna say the Knicks,
I
man.
got Spurs in
I
six.
was really hoping you were gonna say the Knicks, man.
Mm.
Spurs in six.
Oh, you got the Spurs in six too?
No, no,
Okay,
no, no.
okay.
I was repeating your answer. I have the
Oh, okay.
Spurs in seven.
Spurs in
I have the Spurs,
seven.
but dude, my answer is either Spurs in seven or Knicks in six. I says because I said if it goes seven, it's Spurs. If it goes
Hmm.
six, it's Knicks. I'm sticking by that.
Yeah.
Because I do think if it's six, that means the Knicks just won they probably took a game, one of the first two at home, and then they took
Hmm.
their two at home, and they were up 3-1, and then they probably maybe the Spurs won game five at home, Knicks win it
Hmm.
away at game six. That's why I'm thinking it's Spurs in six if it does go six, or Knicks in six if it does go six. But I think it's gonna go seven, and I think it's gonna be Spurs in seven,
If it
unfortunately.
goes seven, that's great. But
I do
ultimately,
I hope it I
I
hope
do
it
have
goes
the
seven.
Spurs winning. Yeah,
I just I love this Knicks run and what they've done, and
100%.
a lot of their team is really built to help guard Wemby. Mikal and OG lengthy wings, even though they don't have the size necessarily, they have some strength in OG, and Mikal has the fast, lengthy hands. Mitchell Robinson's really very like lengthy. You got Cat who's pretty lengthy. You know, they got length. They got length. I don't want to say
Hmm.
length too many times, but they're a long team. You know,
Hmm.
it's like you brought up a great point. Going defensively from Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein, because even though Chet was horrible in the series and horrible in the game seven, not in the series, I won't say Chet's horrible because he had good games. His defense was still there. Like
Yeah,
we can't say his defense was bad. So the fact that Wemby was
not on
still
Wemby,
able,
but
the fact that Wemby and the rest of the team was still able to operate insanely well through Chet's defense, and you look at the minutes when Mitchell Robinson can't play more than 30 plus minutes in a game,
yeah.
unfortunately. So there's going to be 20 plus minutes of Cat being the primary center, maybe OG small ball, some stuff like that. It's going to be a little scary. And I think the Spurs, they get downhill. Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper love to get to the rim.
Hmm.
They're going to see Cat at the rim and lick their fucking lips. They're going to be, oh my gosh, that's going to be a
Hmm.
Dylan Harper layup every single time. Keldon Johnson's probably going to be like the way he played in Game Seven. Those he only had like 8 points, but it was such
Those
a
two
big
back-to-back threes were
8 points.
huge.
Yes,
He
and
needed those
it was such a
because
big
yeah,
8 points. I remember I was like, yes, Keldon, yes. I was like yelling because everybody's like, why is this sixth man of the year? But I think the Spurs have a lot of momentum. Have they also just came off a massive win 2 days ago? They get a 5 day break still. The Knicks haven't
hmm
played in a week and a half. That has to.
and I wanted to like I don't know if this is like really going to be a big factor. I'm kind of just spitballing here, but like the past two series the Knicks have both ended in sweeps.
Mhm.
The Spurs have gone through longer, hard fought series. So I'm
Mhm.
assuming. So I'm just wondering like what if we get to like a game six? Are the Knicks going to be gassed because they haven't played this
Because
like
they honestly, that's kind of fair. I was thinking you were gonna say the Spurs might be more gas going to the series, but I like
And I
that
was
take
thinking
more.
because like the
Yeah,
Spurs, like I said, they fought longer series, so
and
like there
they're all
might be a little
20. They're
more
all 25 and under. They're all young as fuck, so they're
exactly.
all fine.
That Nick team old as shit. So
No, they're not that
not old as
old, but
shit, but
like
like yeah,
Jalen Brunson's about to be 30. Mitchell Robinson's about to be 30. Cat's already 30.
Mikhail's already 30.
Damn, they're just a vet team now. They're not a young team
Yeah,
anymore.
they are super. Yeah, yeah.
Jesus. Oh my God. Anyway, I do think that the Knicks have had a fun playoffs, and like and when we post the clip giving our like take, Knicks fans are gonna hate us because they were giving us so much love for that other clip for
I
calling
know.
Jalen
We love you
Brunson.
though. Make sure to subscribe.
Yeah, man, yeah, we love you guys, but unfortunately we do take these Spurs in this one. I had a
Don't die on
cough.
me now. Shit.
I muted in time though, right? Did you hear
Yeah.
it? Okay, good, good. But who do you think gets Finals MVP?
I can see tears coming in your eyes.
I was trying not to cough again, but there we go.
Oh my God.
Who do you think gets
Oh,
Finals MVP?
I'm gonna go with Wemby. But you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because you know what I was thinking about. If would Wemby be the first like star player, specifically star player, to win a Finals MVP in year three since D Wade?
Oh, are they in year three? Yeah, since D Wade, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say if he was gonna be like one of the like first star players, like in being that early in their career, winning their ring. But I was gonna say
No, there's been multiple.
Magic Johnson won his
Yeah,
Finals MVP rookie year.
yeah.
So I thought it was like that. But yeah, since D Wade, yeah,
That'd be wild, man.
that's why people always say D Wade's insane, bro. Bro was 22 in the
They
finals,
won a
moving like that,
fucking ring.
moving like that. But yeah,
Uh,
Wemby hopefully will be a Finals MVP and a NBA champion. If not, Jalen Brunson or Mikal Bridges will be a Final MVP. But
yeah, yeah.
regardless, I think it'll be a fun playoff series and just fun end to the season.
I know, man. I really hate that we're at this time of the year. 'Cause like it's like we've had no basketball for the last few days, so I'm just like that's gonna be our reality for like 3 months.
We do have the
Well,
NBA draft like a couple weeks after though, so
yeah, so that'd be cool.
we'll be doing
Yeah,
some content about that. We're gonna be doing some lottery content about the top picks. Don't worry, we'll do our research stuff like that. Work on that. But we were gonna do some breakdown about the picks and stuff. But honestly, the podcast will be pretty long. Honestly, just
yeah.
we'll save that for another time. Honestly, because those picks and stuff, big deal. But we can honestly talk about that later. But I think that should be it for this podcast. You got anything else, bro?
No, that's it, man. Game one on Wednesday. Who's your prediction to win game one?
Game one, I think will go to the Spurs in
I will
San
go Spurs. Home
Antonio.
court advantage. Advantage. Home court advantage. I'm gonna go with the Spurs for that game one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then, but I hope Knicks win game two, so that way it could be a little interesting. I would hope so.
Yes, yes,
But
yes. Don't go
uh,
down. Don't go down on two Knicks.
yes, dude, please do not go down on two. Just
Yeah,
trade games all the way. It will be Spurs in seven if you guys keep doing that. So keep doing that.
100%.
But yeah, we will be back probably on Wednesday. Give a little reaction after game one, just to see if anything. If not, we'll be back after. We are always on TikTok, on Twitter/X. Make sure
We're
to
at 18
subscribe.
subscribers now. Let's bump that
Yeah,
shit up to.
appreciate everybody new for subscribing. Appreciate everybody new for following on the TikTok. We're about 160 followers, about 280 on TikTok or on Twitter. So appreciate you guys. We'll be back in later this week. Go
Peace out, y'all.
go Spurs go.